Hello, my name is Cherie. I'm a self-taught baker and this is my second tutorial. I wanted to show you how to make my version of a banoffee pie, also known as a tart. So I have a packet of just normal, I'm actually in Dubai, so the ingredients are all different here, but I would ordinarily use, back in Australia, arrnotts, just arrnotts, plain biscuits, the nice ones, or just your normal arrnotts biscuits, and the arrowroot, and then just I would ordinarily also process them in a food processor to become a finer biscuit, but I didn't have one, so I just broke them up in the packet. I've slightly under melted. I should have melted more, the 50 grams of butter to about 100 grams of biscuits, and I'm just going to mix it into the biscuit crumbs. My photography filming is a little slack today as I'm using one hand. My sister's apartment is very small, but you know, I'm in Dubai, so I can't complain. So I've just picked up these little ramekins from a shop here actually, so I'm just going to fill them up a little bit. You can use any type of container you want. You can press the biscuits into one large springform container or bowl, and then you could cut it up if you like. Obviously, if the biscuit crumbs are finer, they will stick together better. Again, it just didn't happen for me. So just spoon it in or pour it in, and I'm just going to show you in a second how I tend to just normally I use a bigger spoon and just want to press that biscuit base into your mould or into your pan, dish, etc. So I'm just going to use the back of my spoon and just lightly press it. I do tend to press the middle out so that it tends to go up the sides of the dishes. I just find that it gives a nicer kind of encasing of biscuit around what is going to be your caramel filling. So I don't know if everyone knows what a banoffee is, but it's a caramel filled biscuit base. So we're moving on to the caramel, which is now in a pot. I've just basically got about 60 grams of sweetened condensed milk, about 25 grams of butter from memory, and about 60 grams of brown sugar. I will intend to write up the recipe, but just wanting to melt everything together on very low, I'm actually using gas here, a very low heat. At home I have electric, so it does work differently, but this is without a doubt probably the best caramel I've ever made. Just the heat is different somehow. So I'm just mixing that together. I've actually made the process a bit quicker for your benefit of not having to sit and watch me for hours. But the whole process for this amount is probably about 5 or 6 minutes. So just make sure that you do keep sort of breaking down any brown sugar that hasn't melted. Keep stirring, don't leave it alone, because the last thing you want to do is burn it. I have in the past, but I was able to run it through a sieve and get rid of those burnt bits, and it was savable. It didn't taste burnt. But you're basically wanting to get a nice rich caramel colour coming into your mixture, and it's going to gradually get thicker. So I'm actually done. Now, just be careful, it's going to be very hot, but just wanting to spoon your mixture onto your base or into your container, again, whichever you've got. I've just basically spooned it in, and that's how it's going to go. Now the next process, I want to get it in the oven, 180 degrees for about 10 minutes. So you're just basically setting the caramel. I've had these in the fridge. I've gone away and done a few things today. But you see how you got that lovely gloss and the caramel's nice and set. I'm going to give it a little shake, and nothing's moving about. I've cut up some banana. I tend to cut it on an angle. It just looks nicer, but using an overripe banana too gives you a much richer flavour, but it's up to you. I apologise for the spoon that seems to be in the way. Again, my means of photography is a little haphazard at this stage. So I've whipped a bit of cream, unsweetened. Don't sweeten your cream, because you're actually going to need that bit of mellow flavour because you've got so much rich caramel with your biscuit base. And that's about it. So I'm going to try, and the caramel is very tough. I've actually had it in the fridge because we went away and did a few things. So it's a very rough visual show of how I am going to just try and get a bit out. It's one of my favourite desserts actually. You've just got this incredible crunch of the base, you've got an incredible rich smoothness of the caramel, and then your fresh bananas and cream on top. Thanks for watching today. I would love to hear what you think. Please leave comments, like and subscribe. I'm also on Instagram at The Long Wooden Spoon and Facebook. Thank you.